Hello my friends, and welcome to the channel for another Escape from Tarkov video. The SKS holds a special place in the heart of so many of us out here in Tarkov. But over time, it's slowly but surely turned into one of the black sheep of early wipe Tarkov weapons. It started as a cheap, simple rifle with low recoil and access to pretty good ammo. But over time, with recoil changes and trader changes, it became harder to use and harder to mod in the early game, inevitably replaced by AKs and SMGs with bigger mags and better mods. I'm happy to report that in the 0.14 patch though, the SKS is very much back in business. The recoil rework has returned the SKS back to a very controllable semi-auto option for our early wipe arsenal, with a decent amount of mods available at level 1 and 2 traders to make it even more effective. In this video, I want to go over a few build options for the SKS using level 1 and level 2 traders. And then at the end, I have some gameplay from a few early wipe firefights using the trusty SKS. To start this off, you can purchase the regular SKS from proper level 1 for about 30,000 rubles, and the OP SKS, which can take a dovetail mount from level 1 Jaeger for about 35,000 rubles. You can also find 2 barter trades for the SKS at mechanic level 1 with the upgraded stocks and rails on them. And both of these trades are pretty good if you end up finding these barter items in raid or cheap on the flea market. For my purposes, I usually pick up the OP SKS from Jaeger so I can use the dovetail mount for attachments. At the time of making this video, the dovetail mount is often sold out because people are doing the gunsmith quest, but it usually returns to normal a week or 2 into the wipe. For my basic start of wipe SKS build, I usually go with the Tapco SKS setup. You start by replacing the wooden stock with the Tapco Intrafuse SKS stock, which lets you add several other attachments onto the build. Then I put the carbine buffer tube on and the standard M4 stock from Peacekeeper, as well as the SAW SKS pistol grip so the gun is fully functional. You need to add the Tapco top rail and the bottom rail to add attachments on the SKS handguard as well. The bottom rail can take foregrips for some extra stats, and for my low level build I usually just use the RK6 foregrip from Skier. You can add a sight to the top rail of the handguard if you want to keep it really simple. I find that the Cobra reflex sight from Jaeger works pretty well for this. The dot is pretty bright so it's easy to see even though the sight is pretty far ahead on the gun. If you only have level 1 traders, the best way to get a sight in a more normal position is by picking up the SKS dovetail mount from Jaeger. Then you can use a dovetail Cobra sight or mount the PSO 4x scope on the dovetail for a longer range build. If you have Jaeger level 2 unlocked, you can add the new Chote SKS mount instead, which gives you a small top rail to mount most red dot sights in the game and a small selection of magnified scopes as well. If you're around level 15 with level 2 Jaeger, Peacekeeper, and Skier unlocked, you can do some pretty cheap upgrades to the OP SKS that really help at making it more versatile, adding a compensator for recoil control, a 4x scope, and a backup red dot sight so you can have something to use at any range. First, you pick up the SKS weapon tuning adapter from Jaeger level 2, then you can add the DTK1 compensator from Skier level 2, which helps keep the recoil down. Next, you add the dovetail mount and the PSO scope for the magnified optic. After this, you can pick up the MPR 45 angled mount from Peacekeeper level 2, and then you can pick your favorite micro red dot sight as a backup. Personally, I like the Delta Point sight for this, but you can use the Fastfire, the RMR, and the PK06 as well. Now finally, if you want to be a sneaky bush rat with the SKS, you can get the Hexagon SKS suppressor on the flea market. But here in the early wipe, it's quite expensive once again because people need it for the gunsmith quest. However, if you keep an eye on it, the price will fall after a bit of time. And that kind of covers it for my early wipe SKS builds. It's a really simple gun to get up and running, and with the new recoil in this patch, you can really spam that fire button and still stay on target. So loading this thing up with 7.62 SP or FMJ rounds lets you punch through most early game armor fairly reliably. For the rest of this video, I've got some gameplay clips from early wipe firefights with the first SKS build that I made this wipe while I was testing it out. I dropped a decent amount of players with this thing just using a simple red dot sight, and I've also played a few raids with a 4x scope and was frankly surprised at how controllable the recoil was. I hope you enjoy the builds if you try them out, and let me know what you think of the SKS in the current Tarkov patch down in the comments. Is it back to being an early wipe budget beast, or would you still rather use an AK? Thanks for checking out the video. I've got links to my Twitch stream and Discord server down below for anyone interested. And until next time, stay safe in Tarkov City. And I was like, that's weird. Well, not weird, but I'm like, in Tarkov that bullet's like literally dog shit, so it must be kind of different. Holy shit. Oh, that feels like it's different too. It was tracers. It's from an AK. Nice AK. A beta backpack.
I think in some spots where there's like openings, there can be snow. Because I've seen it like on couches and stuff like that, but very minimally when it's near like an open window. And I feel like interchange is all open. Well, then Peacekeeper 2 at 14. Eh?
Got him on that last shot. Oh, I got nothing to stop this bleed. These guys have to have meds. Gotta have a bandage for me, bro. Yes. My head's at 1 though, so I gotta heal up and leave. I got a little cocky challenging that guy over and over again, but once he blacked his leg, I knew that the only... Whoa, Gajel. The only thing I could do was commit.
Okay. So be careful that way because I'm in admin right now.
Okay.
But like on the main floor in the kitchen area. It's too bad like after you do a CMS, you like don't get to see what the bullet was.
Right? Pull it out.
See what,
it's like
you
5,
can see
5,
what
6.
zeroed your leg.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it'd be nice, like zeroed by 5, 5, 6 or something like that.
It's actually a hell of a good idea. Oh my goodness.
You dead? Same guys?
Nope. Guy came up behind me. On the road. I'm just kind of running from him a little bit.
I don't have...
He zeroed my shit. But I got a Propital. Got him. He's dead by the chopper.
Nice. That was... Okay, I'm on the second gun.
Just killed a scav. Someone's walking up to the chopper. I don't know what it is.
Not me, not me.
Yeah.
I have eyes on the chopper. I'm like basically directly across from you through the window. Like, bro. Is you sprinting?
Nope. Nope, nope.
Killed him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that you running across the
Nope,
bottom?
not running.
Okay,
I'm
there's a
on
guy.
the second floor.
Oh, I tapped him.
Nice.